Let us maybe first start with tzedakah, since usually the order is Torah, Tefillah, tzedakah. So let us do tzedakah, Tefillah, and Torah. So first on tzedakah, for the safety of all our brothers and sisters. And I only to remind you, ladies, the custom of for Shabbos candle lighting to put a few coins in tzedakah, and as it says, it's the most powerful moment to do the prayers, the tefillahs. Tefillahs from the women when they light the Shabbos candles opens all the heavens. So please pray for the gula, pray for the well-being of everyone. Let us say some tehillim. Shalom says, "Eina Elohim man yovi Ezri, Ezri mimadinoi, oisei shumayim b'oretz alitin lebitrogdecha yonim shemrecha. Hinei lo yonim v'lo yishon shomer Yisrael adonai shemrecha adonai tzilcha yad yaminecha. Yom yom Hashem shlo yakek u'yireh b'loila adonai yishmocha mikol ra yishmer es nafshecha adonai yishmor tzeisecha v'yachom yato v'yad olam." And now, as we said earlier, a little Dvar Torah. This week is the third perik of Pirkei Avos that we're going to study this Shabbat. So in the seventh Mishnah of the third perik, it says the following. Rabbi Elazar ish bar Tosa omer. Rabbi Elazar from Bar Tosa, that was the place. Ten lo misheloi. Give to God from that which is His. In other words, when we're giving, we're not giving ours, we're giving God's, because it all belongs to you. Sha'ata v'shalach shaloi, because you and whatever you have is all yours. And he says, this is actually what King David says, all things are from you, umiyatcha nosanu lach, and from your own we have given you. In other words, when we give tzedakah, we're not giving it from ours. Nothing is ours. It's all His. So we're giving Him His. So here's a beautiful story where the Gemara relates. Rava of the Amoraic time, he was the head of a large and famous yeshiva in Mechoza. It was actually one of the most important Torah centers in Galus Bavel, in Babylonia, Iraq. Not only was Rava very learned, he was also exceedingly kind and charitable. All the poor people knew that if they went to Rava, they could be sure for a generous donation. One day, Rava was approached by a beggar who seemed to be different from the others. He was very well-mannered, and the look on his face indicated that poverty was new to him. He had come from a good family, been educated in Torah, and most of his life he had lived like a rich man. That's the impression that he gave. Only recently, his fortune had taken a turn to the worse, and he had lost all his wealth. He had become so poor that he barely had a piece of bread to keep himself alive. So this individual asked Rava, please, can you give me something to eat? Rava asked him, what are you accustomed to eat? Because there's a mitzvah that we should support the person in a manner to which he or she has been accustomed. The Gemara even says if he was used to have susim rotzim, the fun of if we had horses, honorary horses running in front of him, we have to provide him that too. So the man sighed, says, to tell you the truth, I used to eat fat stuffed chicken and drink sweet old wine. Rava was surprised. If this man is such expensive taste, he would find hard to get the meal. People will not be able to provide them these things. Those people don't eat it themselves. How will they be able to provide that for him? So he said, how did he expect others to take care of him better than they took care of themselves? So Rava suggested maybe it would be better if you satisfied yourself with a more modest diet. This would be easier for people to help you. The man replied, why do you say that? Am I asking for their food? I'm only asking for food which belongs to Hashem. Everything is His. And He fulfills the needs of every person. If He wants, He will give people enough money for the food that I need. I'm a broken person now. I cannot eat coarse food that I'm not used to. Rava was very impressed with the simplicity and the honesty and the faith and the trust that this man had in Hashem. Just at that moment, the Gemara relates, Rava's sister walked in He hadn't seen her in 13 years. She had come to pay a visit. And in her arms she brought a present for her brother. Now, what do you think it was? A basket of fat stuffed chicken and a bottle of sweet old wine. Rava turned around to this person. This is obviously meant for you. Rava was astounded. He was a simple person, by no means a Torah scholar, and yet his faith in God was so strong, to the point that God performed miracles for him. If we really believe and we put our faith in Hashem on both levels, the recipient and the giver, we can fulfill the mitzvah, because ultimately it's all His. Rabbeinu Shalom, we're all yours. The Beis Hamikdash is yours. No, let us celebrate the Shabbos already in the Beis Hamikdash. Good Shabbos.